Good morning, boatingbanner.com fans. Captain Larry here with chapter 46. Come on board. Today I'm going to do a real short video in an effort to keep everybody informed with all the options available to us. I came across a video the other day. You can look at it too. It's on YouTube, and it's one of the do-it-yourself upholstery deal. So if you look on the boat upholstery, you'll find it. It's an ad for Copycat Upholstery. They're in Tavares, Florida, 296 Silverado Street. I will put that information on my description of this video, so if you're interested in pursuing it, you can take a look at it. What it is, basically, is rather than what we do, or I propose, is where you take everything apart and sew it, cut it, and put it all back together again, put it back in your boat, really a complete redo. What they offer is a service where you take the pieces out of your boat, take the vinyl off the foam, and then send it to them. And what they will do is they'll do the cutting, and if you want to, like, say, an exact duplicate, they will do the cutting and the sewing, and then the vinyl, and send it back to you, and then you take it and put it back on your foam, and then put your pieces back in the boat. So this is another option for us. So let's say you don't want to buy a sewing machine, or you don't have access to one. This may be something you want to look at. So to research it a little bit to see what kind of option this would be for us, I contacted them to get a ballpark on the pricing. What I used as a standard, there was a gentleman selling a 18-foot Glastron open bow. I don't know, about 10 or 11 pieces of upholstery in it that needed to be redone. And I contacted him because I had done the exact same thing by myself. You might have seen some videos on that a few years ago. And so he had it professionally done, he said, and it cost him $2,300 or $2,400, he said, to have all the pieces done by a pro. And that's everything, of course. They did the whole thing for him. Now, I contacted Copycat and told them about the same boat, a Glastron 18-foot open bow, about 10 or 11 pieces. What would they be charging if I wanted an exact duplicate of the way it was? And of course, they wanted a lot more detail, which I didn't give them, but they did say, as a ballpark figure, it said those boats go usually about $1,600 to $1,800. It will cost them to do that, plus the postage back and forth. So that's one. And then it cost me, when I did the whole redo on mine, it cost me, I think, about $500 in materials, vinyl and thread and piping and all that kind of stuff. It was about $500. So that just gives you kind of a feel on where you are here. You want to do it yourself for $5, or spend $1,800 with a company like Copycat, or have it professionally done totally at $2,300, something like that, $2,400. That's a decision you can make, but it gives us another option. And to add to that, Copycat sounds like a great company. But I'm sure your local guy, if you have an upholstery person somewhere, a shop somewhere around where you are, I think if you're willing to do the work of taking everything out of your boat and taking all the vinyl off and take it over to them, they'd be happy to just do that part for you also. It may be a lot quicker for you, it may be cheaper, I don't know. But again, that's another option. If you don't want to buy the equipment, like say, and do all the work, maybe this kind of doing half the work is something that may be appealing. So anyway, I just want to put one word of caution on this. Putting the vinyl back on can be one of the toughest parts of the entire project. I don't want to minimize that. If you look at the video, they're doing a pontoon boat, and you can't see it real well, but I didn't see a wrinkle or a jagged seam line in the products they showed. And that's that's very hard to do. And so if you're going to use a service like that, just remember that taking the product off is not a problem. That's just time and grunt work, you know. But putting it back on so it really looks good and it's square and the seams are all on the edges of the foam and this type thing, and there's no wrinkles in it. If you don't have the equipment, the steamers and stuff like that, it's a struggle. And so I just want to give that word of caution. Also, if you'd be so kind, if you or you know somebody who has done a copycat type process, I would love to hear from you. So please just put in the comments, write me a note on that, and with any experience you have, what the price was, how long did it take, you know, was it as easy as they make it look, putting the product back on your foam, just so we can share it with the other fans of Boating Banner, and so when you make the decision to upgrade your boat, you have just more options, and that's always a good thing, I think. So anyway, a real short video. I just wanted to let you know about that. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing a mooring cover repair. That's some sewing improvement, and I'm going to add a couple of vents to a mooring cover. You might find this interesting because putting vents on, if you don't have vents on your cover, is so important to keep the mold out of your boat. So we'll see you next time. You take care.